Yeah, it's very hip to be spiritual, but not religious. Almost everybody I know says they're spiritual. Now, that's good. I mean, spiritual is good. Spiritual means that you have a relationship with God. Spiritual means that you connect with God, that spirituality is an important part of your life, that you try to lead a good life, you try to be in concert with what your relationship with God tells you, which is terrific. I mean, you have to have that. Religious, on the other hand, in current parlance, is bad because that seems to say that, oh, I believe in this organization that has all these hidebound dogmas and beliefs, and I would never be able to belong to an organization that tells me what to think, things like that. The problem with being spiritual but not religious is that you're not part of a community, in a sense. And so there's no one to sort of bump up against to tell you when you might be a little off track. As well, you're not really able to connect in your spiritual life with other people. There's a great saying from Isaac Hecker, who was a 19th century American priest, and he said religion enables us to connect and correct. So we connect with other people. We're naturally social animals, right? And we like to worship in common. That makes sense. We connect with one another, and we're corrected. I mean, you know, if I have a direct line to God, right, that means that by definition, anything I think or say is from God, right? And that's, as we know, a problem. So being spiritual without being religious means that you're lacking kind of the wisdom of the community, you know, as well as the support of the community, you know, when you're sort of struggling. Being religious without being spiritual is just as bad. Being religious without being spiritual just means all you're doing is following the rules. You're just following the rules, you're just listening to the community, and you're not reflecting on things yourself. So the one thing is what Jesus was warning against, being religious without being spiritual, you know, to some of the religious authorities of his day. What I'm warning against is being spiritual without being religious, which is much more common today. So I think it's not an either or, I think it's a both and.